Alright everyone, today we are making Ragu Bolognese from Italy. Now, as someone whose family is mostly Italian, like most people in my family are Italian, at least on my mother's side, a lot of Italians. We cook a lot of Italian food. Not me, I never really got into it, probably because, you know, gotta be a rebel, cook other food, whatever. But, as we all know, the Italians are very specific, and if you screw up their things, they're gonna be mad. They're gonna be very mad. So, I went to the government page of Bologna, Italy. They had the recipe posted on there. I translated it from Italian to English, and then I took the exact measurements and scaled it up for the amount of beef that I'm going to use. So theirs was 400 grams of beef. This is a pound, so I just multiplied it out, and now we have the exact amounts for everything else. I'm going to be measuring everything on the kitchen scale, right? Exact amounts of ingredients. It will be the exact recipe that they want. I have my big pot here that we're going to be cooking it down in, but I'm going to start by prepping everything so that I can just dump it and go. Let's start by prepping the vegetables. You need to cut everything incredibly fine. In order to do that, you're gonna want to take your celery and cut it into little sticks. Honestly, this is probably too thick, but it's fine. I'll just keep mincing it after. Honestly, this mince is pretty good. I'm gonna go over it one more time. Now, you might have watched other recipes that say, just put it in the food processor and pulse it because you need it extra fine. I'm gonna let you know. The Italian website specifically said, do not do that. It is no longer Ragu Bolognese. If you do that, you have now cheated and your recipe is invalidated. There's also certain things that you cannot add that were on the website, like seasoning. Don't you dare add herbs and spices to this dish. The only spice that you can add is a little bit of nutmeg, if you would like, which we will be doing. So we grab our scale, let's even it out. I'm gonna go with like a nice fistful at first. Oh no, it's slightly too little. If I would have kept one of those little pieces, it would have been perfect. What about this? Is this good? 66. This might be too much. 67. 69. It's too much. There, 68, that's perfect. Grab these couple little pieces, just 68 grams of chopped celery. 85, that could work. I don't know, we're gonna lose a bit of carrot. You know, like whenever I snip the ends. How's it looking? 80, but what about after we peel them? Yeah, see, too little carrot. I need more carrot now. And we gotta do the same thing to the carrots. I don't know who's screaming outside my house right now. It seems like happy screams instead of sad screams, but I don't know if it's coming through the mic. Sometimes there's sad screams outside. It's always depressing. God, these carrots are so curvy. I'm really trying to cut them from tip to tip here, but the more julienne that you can get your carrot, the better. See, if you julienne this into perfect little squares, your ragu would be a lot prettier than these random crisscross different sized pieces of carrots. It'd be more homogeneous if every carrot was the same and every piece of celery was the same. But I'm going for a more rustic grandma. It's not that I don't have the skill, it's that I don't have the patience, you know? But I won't break the ragu laws by using a food processor. I'll just stand here and chop vegetables for an hour. I'm sure my grandfather is watching. I must make the family bloodline proud. Grandmother, not really sure if she watches these. Also, she's only like half Italian, you know? She's that classic New York Italian. Well, they both are, but, you know. Zeroed out. It's 42 grams, 52, 57, 60, 68. 68 grams. 70, what the heck? Give me that. 69, how about that piece? What about this individual piece of carrot? Does that make 68? No? How about this one? Hey, 68 grams. Now all this beautiful, useful, extra minced carrot. You guys know what time it is. Time to cut up an onion. Wait, does this onion even weigh the right amount? Oh, this onion weighs way more than the correct amount. What about this piece of onion? Alright, we're gonna cut up this bad boy. 88. Okay, that should cut down correct then. Remember, you're going for a very, very fine mince as well on the onion. Ooh, almost lost a finger. All right, this is actually perfectly minced already. Damn, I did a good job on that. While I almost lost a finger, it's still beautiful. It's only 30 grams, 48 grams, 56. Oh no, it's not enough. I have to cut up this bad boy. 69, 68 grams. Let's go. The other half an onion. Do whatever you want with it, man. It's not my problem. Next up, pancetta. Oh, slippery. Grab this bad boy out of here, pull off the skin. And how much do we have? About 201 grams of pancetta. Probably don't have to go as thin as I'm going on this pancetta here. But yet again, you're going after little squares. Cut it into strips, and your little strips into little cubes. These can be bigger. I went far too small. And we're looking for 170 grams of this. You know what it sounds like is going on outside? I think they're trying to teach a kid how to ride a bike. I'm hearing pedal over and over again. And that makes sense on why when the thunder happened, they said, come on, you got this before it starts raining. It's funny, I tried so hard to make these nice, and then I get to this point where I'm almost done with it, and I'm like, nah, chunk it up, thick chunks. I think it is supposed to be thicker chunks. You could use unsmoked pork belly as well if you want as a substitute. That one is allowed. And 71, there's a little schmear on there. Oh shit, there's a whole corner of it that fell. 171. It was 170.8. So 171's about right. My extra pancetta, should toss it in here with that loose half an onion. Damn, lid won't fit on it. My laziness. Oh, everything's so slippery from the fat from the pork. There we go, some onion and pancetta in a container into the fridge for later. And by for later, I don't mean later on with this dish. I just mean like for me to use. All right, I had to take a quick break because my phone overheated. Super fun cooking in Florida midsummer. But next up is tomato puree. Oh, I should have shook that up beforehand. Too late now, I'll just give it a little mix. And we need 227 grams. Perfect. Boom, 227. I think that's everything that I need to pre-measure here. So that means after 30 minutes of chopping, finally get to the stove. So you need a nice heavy bottom. This is, I don't know what this is called, Dutch oven? Use whatever pot you got. I'm using this Dutch oven because I'm gonna bake it as well. You don't have to bake it, you can if you want, or you can leave it on the stove the entire time if you want. I'm baking mine because I'm lazy, and it's just a lot easier to bake. So we're gonna get this on like medium low and let that start heating up. While that's heating up, this is not gonna help the fact that my phone keeps overheating, but grab yourself some extra virgin olive oil. And like I said, I'm following everything to the T here. I would have just eyeballed this, but no, it's 3 tablespoons. 1, 2, 3 tablespoons of olive oil. And because of the measurement change, I'm adding in 1 extra teaspoon of olive oil, because the original recipe was 3 tablespoons. That extra teaspoon fixes the discrepancies. And we're just gonna let this heat up. It'll take a while because how heavy duty this pot is, but you can honestly just get your pancetta in right now. We're rendering out the fat of the pancetta, so you can kind of view it as an oil itself. And the recipe specifically calls for using a wooden spoon. Don't you dare use a plastic spoon. Nothing else is allowed but a wooden spoon. I swear to God, if you use a different utensil, this recipe is wrong. I can't wait for my phone to overheat again. It's so hot in my house, man. It's currently summer in Florida, and I don't know if you've ever been to Florida in summer. It's hot. It's like 99 degrees out every day. My house is made out of tin foil, so it does not hold the temperature well. At best, we can basically get it like 10 degrees colder than it is inside my house, so it's like 85. I'm sweating my ass off standing here right now. And I believe for the pancetta, you can have your heat up a little bit higher. I've got mine on 6, so just keep things moving. Once you see some browning form, you're gonna drop the heat down. But our goal is just to render out some of the fat from the pancetta into the olive oil. Should take right around 5 minutes. You can actually see the pancetta shrinking and the amount of oil in the pan increasing. Okay, and that's probably good enough. Turn it down to like a 4 and add in your onion, carrots, and celery. Now you need to cook this on medium low for about 5 minutes. This is also the point where you can add in a bit of salt. You know, I'm gonna take advantage of the onion, celery, and tomato juice in here to scrape the bottom, but just keep things constantly moving. It says I'm just supposed to cook this until fragrant. I double checked. I can now smell the cooked onion, so I'm gonna call that fragrant. 1 whole pound of ground beef is going in. Hands are getting washed. Now this is very important. It specifically says you need to break the beef up into very small pieces with your wooden spoon. Not spatula, your wooden spoon. I swear to God that if any of you use any utensil other than a wooden spoon, every Italian in a 2-mile radius will come to your house and beat you with the wooden spoon that you were supposed to use. Oh, also turn up your heat to medium-high. While that cooks down, let's work on the next step here, which is going to be tomato paste and wine. Remember to keep your eyes on this. Don't not stir for too long. Keep on mashing. You want this to be little pieces. No balls of meat are allowed to be in there. Little individual granules of beef must be formed. We are about 10 minutes in and it is sizzling now, which that's where it's supposed to be. But I am behind on my prep. Oh, it hasn't been 10 minutes. I can never tell because this clock is broken. Still got 3 more minutes on it. So I'm going to need 5.7 ounces of wine. You can use red, you can use white. I'm using a Cabernet. Bam, 5.7. Oh, see, it's doing that thing. It said it was going to sizzle with the beef fat. It's doing it. Do a bit of quality control. I don't know if this is really a cooking wine. 7 Oaks? Probably cheap. I don't buy nice wine for myself, unless someone gave me that. In which case, thank you so much. So kind of you to buy me such a nice bottle of wine. I'm using it in my delicious Bolognese. So we are at 10 minutes in. I need to clear a little spot in the middle here. Now I need to add in 1 tablespoon of tomato paste. Sorry, 1 tablespoon, and then to make things correct, 1/3 of a teaspoon of tomato paste. You just gotta cook this down for a little bit, just a few seconds to get the rawness out of it, let it fry up in that beef fat well that you made in the middle. You kind of chop it up like I'm doing here. You don't have to do this, I'm just kind of doing it because it's fun and it sounds cool. This is fun and sounds cool. This is cooking. Have fun. All right, mix it in. Now we need that wine. And we're just gonna let the wine cook down and reduce. You wanna reduce all of the wine out of it. You put the wine in, you wanna get all the wine back out. Back to no liquid again. That's what we're waiting for here. Well, that evaporated fast. What was that, like 3 minutes and it's already almost gone? Yeah, it's pretty much gone. All right, everyone, so things went a little wrong here. The phone overheated again. So you missed me adding in all the tomato puree and cooking it down a bit. But we have to move on. I have to accept that. I can't refilm that part because how would I? Tomatoes are in there. But now we need to add in 1 cup of vegetable broth, chicken broth, or water. That was mostly vegetable broth. And to compensate for the changeover, we need another ounce of water in there, which I don't know if you know this, 2 tablespoons is 1 ounce. And we're going to slowly let this braise now in a 300-degree oven for 3 hours, somewhere between 2 and 4 hours. But first, let me just scrape the walls here so everything is in the liquid. It's all mixed together. I'm gonna get this up to bubbling again. Yeah, it really stinks that you guys didn't get to see me pour the tomato in there. I mean, all I did was pour it in there, mix it up, and let it go for like 2 minutes, which I don't even think I was supposed to let it go for 2 minutes. I think I was supposed to add the broth in right after, but I guess just gonna make it more deep and dark brown caramelized flavors. There we go, it's bubbling. Grab your lid, lap it on there. Open up your definitely preheated 300-degree oven. Oh, these handles are hot. Watch out for that with yours. And I'll see you guys in like, I don't know, 2 hours, 3 hours, somewhere between there. A quick 45-minute in update. This is what we're looking like. Just want to give it a little mix. It looks like it could use a little bit more liquid. So I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna simply dump a little bit more broth in just to keep things covered and not burning. It says you can add as much broth as you need, so I'm not breaking any rules here by pouring a little bit of extra broth in just to make sure everything's actually fully covered up. I'm gonna let the lid go for a second so it starts to bubble again, and then I'm gonna throw it back in the 300-degree oven and check on it after probably another hour. All right, we are 2 hours in. Let's check on this. Just got blasted by the heat. Now, we need to add in some more seasoning. We got some black pepper, give it a drizzle. And the recipe said a breath of nutmeg. I don't know what that means, so we're gonna go with like that, I guess, like a quick dash across the top. Now I need to add in a cup of milk. Oh, this milk is sealed. A cup of milk. Well, to be specific, 9 ounces of milk, same thing. We're gonna put an extra 2 tablespoons in order to make it 9 ounces. Just mix it on up. And now since we need the water to reduce, we're gonna put it back in the oven. Turn this on high to try and bring it back up to temperature with the milk, because the milk definitely cooled things down a bit. All right, it's starting to bubble, it's already there. I'm gonna put it in uncovered to just let some of that moisture evaporate out. And it might need 30 more minutes, it might need an hour, I'm not really sure. The recipe's supposed to cook for 2 to 4 hours, so we're at the 2-hour mark now. But I'll check on it every 30 minutes and I'll let you guys know. It's been another hour. Time to pull this bad boy out. Wait a second, there we go. Tired of making the same mistakes. Boom, nice 3-hour Ragu. I feel like this is very fatty, but hey, I followed every instruction to the T. So Italy can't get mad at me. Let's get some water boiling to get the pasta cooking. This is now fine, you can let it cool off over there. Don't touch it without gloves. You might be tempted, but it's 300 degrees metal, so it's hot. top metal. I have this tagliatelle from Italy. You might be questioning what's with the spinach in there. That doesn't seem authentic. And you know, it's from Italy, so it's kind of on them. Let's make sure to salt this pasta water pretty heavily. While this water heats up and wherever that is burns on, I should probably get rid of that. Let's give this a little taste. It's boiling hot. I just burnt the shit out of my tongue. I'm gonna put that there for a while. Now my water's boiling. It's going with the noodles. I'm gonna let that boil for the next 5 minutes. That's what I said on the packaging. Just follow the packaging. This is cooled down a bit. Ooh. Oh, that is delicious meat. Wow, that is so flavorful. I'll see you guys in a couple minutes when this is done. I just want my phone to overheat again. Okay, now things are about to move fast. Stop. So, what we got here is another pan. Got that boiling in the back. How hot is this? Pretty hot. In this pan, I'm gonna take some of this ragu. We're gonna start cooking it in here. Now this is to incorporate everything together. Technically it's already hot, you know, I gotta keep doing all this. But what that alarm means is that this pasta is done. But I need a good amount of pasta water. I'm gonna say like that ladle full. Don't know how much that was, probably about a cup. I'm gonna mix this up. The goal is to get an immersion going between the fat from the ragu sauce and the pasta water. The starch is in it. Just in case I need more pasta water, I'm gonna set some more aside over here. I doubt I will, but just in case. I'm gonna strain these noodles off and get them right on in there. If things are too thin, you can always just toss a bit more ragu in. Ooh. Yep, it is all coming together. That sauce is thickening up. I think we're good here. I'm gonna try and do that thing that people do where they twirl it. Just go across this way, down, start twirling. Move it over, just keep spinning. You know, not the worst plating that I've ever done. And simply pour the ragu over top. And this nice fresh block of parm. Put a little cheese on there, and that's pretty much it. I now just have to work on cleaning up the plate, get some photos, and I'll be right back to taste it. Photos have been taken. Let's give this a try. It smells really good. That is fantastic. It's such a hearty, meaty sauce. All that you get is those deep, strong meat flavors and nothing else. Here's the thing about this. This is so good. Such a deep umami flavor comes out. I love it. It's kind of a pain in the ass to make. It's a lot of chopping, a long time braising in the oven. Now granted, the braising time and checking on it every 30 minutes, not a big deal. That's not really a massive problem towards this. It's just all the chopping. If you broke the rules, used a food processor, this would be super easy. But because I didn't, it was kind of an annoying dish to make. Now you yourself can cheat. If you want. I can't stop you. The Italian government might put a hit on you, but I can't stop you from cheating. I just had to show you the exact way to make it. With that said, I'd say give it a make. I'd give this one like I think like a 9 out of 10. I kind of want to start ranking these national dishes, just because I rank so many things. Yeah, this is really good. It's kind of greasy, kind of heavy, but hey, you know, that's what it is. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one as much as I did.